Hello, Collective. Happy Friday. So, I'm here to talk about the heavy energy that's coming in this weekend. Are we ready for it? It'll actually be here on April 9th, but the energy is starting to pick up and it feels like the pot is boiling over. As we come into the weekend, we're going to start feeling it. April 9th, Mars will transition into Aries. This is going to be super big for the collective because this is helping with us applying action to our goals, how we are navigating spaces, and how we're moving forward, right? Mars is the planet of war, okay? On top of Aries already being a fire sign, right? This is going to be a lot of fire. And on top of the simple fact that we also have multiple things going on in Aries at the time, right? We're in Aries season. There are other planets that are currently in Aries at the moment. We just have all this fiery energy happening right now, right? So as we come into the weekend, you're going to feel the momentum pick up. You're going to feel like a little bit of quickness. You're going to feel some heat up under you, like you want to get up and move. That's a good thing, right? Especially now that we don't have no planets in retrograde for like the next few weeks. Things are going to start moving quickly. Opportunities are going to start coming in fast. There is a warning though. When Mars is in Aries, it could be a little impulsive, it could be a little competitive. Make sure that you're not doing anything that you're going to regret later. Post full moon in Libra, multiple timelines right now. What is happening is the karma is being restored, right? There's going to be karmic justice, karmic rewards being handed out across every timeline. So just be very careful. You know, what you are applying your action to, make sure you're being intentional about it and make sure that you are working towards the outcome that you want. Okay, otherwise you're going to be stuck with something that maybe you didn't ask for or regretting something that you probably shouldn't have done in the first place, right? So just be mindful of that over the next couple weeks, okay? With Mars being in Aries, I feel like a lot of people are going to start seeing like rapid changes in certain areas of your life, okay? And especially it will also have a lot to do with like downloads, breakthroughs, revelations. Aries rules the head in like, the head area of the human body. So allow yourself to, stay away from any harsh chemicals. Stay away from dyeing your hair until after Aries season. Stay away from, any heavy alcohols, uh, drugs. Stay away from toxic chemicals that you're going to be inhaling, that type of thing. It can mess with your mental capacity when it comes to how you're using your discernment, how you're following your intuition, how you're listening to your downloads, stuff of that nature. So it can be a little skewed. It could be a little, it could be a little cloudy in the mind if you are not taking care of the head, especially around mental health too, because the fact that Mars is the god of war and Aries is a fire sign, a lot of people that are not aware of astrology, they don't follow it. They could be really impulsive, but not only that, they could be projecting onto people at this time, creating arguments, creating drama, that type of thing. Be aware of the people, places, and things that you're engaging in at this time, to kind of keep yourself out of the drama, keep yourself out of the conflict, okay? That type of thing. And there's also a bit of a struggle with ego too, especially because ego rules the head, and Aries can be, that Aries Mars energy can be a little impulsive. Just make sure that you're not going back to ego based concepts, ego based things. Allow yourself to get away from that now. I know the community, I know the spiritual community talks a lot about like, ego death. I don't agree with that. However, do what you feel is necessary, in order for you to get out of the ego mindset. However, the ego does help to process our experiences, which helps put a label on us like identity, right? Sometimes it's necessary. So instead, and this is my personal opinion, this is just what I would suggest. Instead of setting your intention on an ego death, set your intention for your ego to be healed so that your higher self can step in and, take control. Um, a lot of people who are going through shadow work at the time, um, your shadow will be integrated. So if you feel yourself speaking up or lashing out on people, it's probably necessary. That's that Kali Ma energy. That's that Lilith energy we've been talking about. Um, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else too. I don't really think so. But over the next couple days, okay, until we come to April 9th, just be mindful about your energy. Be mindful about the people and places you're engaging in, and start being more intentional, like with your action. Like, I'm getting up today to accomplish what? I'm setting my intention to put this amount of effort or action towards what goals I can create, what type of outcome for myself, right? Be super intentional with that, okay? And as always, I wish you guys to have a great weekend. Happy Easter if you guys are celebrating, okay? Be safe, take care of yourself, be easy, stay hydrated, get rest, and make sure you're focusing on grounding, especially because we are in all this fire energy right now. It can get a little raucous, so make sure that you are grounding so that you can be present and centered. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys. Bye.